Hey, it's Jacob. Welcome to this new video. Today I want to talk about off-the-shelf solutions. So off the shelf. And the main thing I want to talk about is why there is a problem with off-the-shelf solutions, even though they seem really attractive and they seem like this is a good solution for what we want to do, and there is less work, right? But that's just one part of it, but there is another part of it that we need also to consider when we're taking off the shelf solutions. I'm not saying never to take them. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but we really need to know what we want to do when we are buying something like that, right? So here's the thing. The problem with off the shelf solutions is that they are kind of limiting in a way because they are solutions that have been implemented already, and since they have been implemented already, then we are working within a framework of what we want to do, right? So that means we're going to take a very simple example of an AI that is, let's say this is the AI, right? And the AI is based on an existing solution, right? So we're basically buying something that is where we can basically just write the prompts for the AI. Let's say it's a large language model, right? Like based on some type of any type of large language model like Grok or ChatGPT or whatever, right? And basically the way they work is you have prompts here, and you work on the different prompts. So you have multiple ones, right? And basically the AI is going to choose the prompt. So we call them context prompts, right? Because they are going to go here, and it's basically going to give context to the AI so that when the user, so here the user is in blue here, and when the user is going to ask a question, then it's not going to be just the large language model that is here, right? Because it's going to be the large language model plus the prompt here, the context prompt that we have. And the problem is here, so it's going to give you an answer that is based on the prompt that we chose. So that was chosen by the AI by some algorithm. For example, that's just an example of an off-the-shelf product that people are talking about, right? That people are selling and that work. And that's one way to do it. The problem now is, what if you have issues and the AI get confused, right? I mean, you probably, if you've worked on the most powerful large language models, I mean, at the time right now it's ChatGPT. The thing is, you probably realize that they get confused a lot. As soon as you're asking either the prompt that the user is asking is too much, there is too many things, too many token or words in the question, that is going to get confused. Or also when the user is asking something that includes some type of reflection, some type of reasoning that is just very complicated, or there are just too many steps to the reasoning, right? Like if you have 10 steps, and let's be honest, if we're doing any type of work, any type of tasks, there are going to be several steps to it, right? So when you're doing something that is real, when you actually want to use the AI, you're going to find it a lot. You're going to be in that context a lot when the AI gets confused, right? So the thing is, okay, we buy the off-the-shelf software here and we want to create the product. So the product is here. This is our product, right? It's basically all of that. So the off-the-shelf AI plus the prompts. how are we gonna troubleshoot that, right? There are ways to do it. Like for example, we can like use some type of I don't want to get too technical here, but like JSON feedback method, where basically the AI is going to self-reflect on the answer, and it's basically a way to make it more powerful, but it's also going to take a little bit more time if we do that, and but that works, right? That makes it more powerful because it's going to look at like the answer and look at whether or not it's getting confused, right? So that's one of the ways. Let me get rid of that and start over. There is also like the let's uh, a way to break down basically the answer. So let's say the user here has like 10 steps, right? Well, what we can do here is the AI is going to break down those steps. So basically, we're going to use 10 different AIs that are specialized for those steps, right? I mean, there are a lot of words, but I don't want to get like people are calling them agents, basically, right? It's I mean, right now we don't have like a very it's a new type of a field, right? Like the large language model field in general, but so people have different name for it, different names, but all you have to remember here is like these are different AIs, right? So AI 1, 2, 3, 4, for example, right? And so that's another way of solving that problem of getting confused, right? Because now all of those AIs, you can do different things, right? Like you can look at like, is that AI getting confused about the task that it's supposed to do, which is the first one, or is it the one that is here? You know, and you can local make the problem local and then work on like, oh, this is the one that is not performing well. All right, we are gonna find another solution. Maybe we're gonna try a different large language model for this one. Maybe we're gonna, instead of using like an older version that is cheaper, we're gonna use a more powerful AI for this one. Or maybe we are going to use that method again where we break down the thing, right? We break it down even more into like, let's say 3 steps, right? So that's one way to think about that and to try to solve the problem, right? This is, I'm not saying like those solutions are going to work, but like that's just a way to work on that, right? So what's the point, right? The point here is you are not going to be able to work on that and to do that with an off-the-shelf solution, because all you have access to here, if you do that, is the prompts. All you can do is modify the prompts, and what they are pretending that is happening is you, by working on the prompts, you're gonna be able to solve the problem, right? So what they are saying is, all right, our AI, our off-the-shelf solution is perfect. We are perfect. And the problem is you, right? Because this is the only thing that you can modify. And by working on that, you are going to be able to solve your problems. Which is not true, because that's not the root cause of the problem. The root cause of the problem is the AI is not perfect. This is not true, just because we're not there yet, right? We have to work with large language models, which are becoming commoditized, but we know now that they are not perfect, that they can't replace people, that they're making mistakes, that they're getting confused. And so that's the lie that they're selling, right? So again, I'm not saying that it's necessarily the wrong thing to do to use them, right? But if you use them, understand that this is going to be most likely not, it shouldn't be like a very important thing that you want to be able to work on, right? If you want to work on it and make it better, then don't use that approach. Otherwise, that could be a good approach, right? Now, here's the thing also to think about. Like, there is another way of that off-the-shelf solutions can be pretty useful. It's this. Let's say this is the off-the-shelf solution that they're talking about, right? And it's about like prompts, using prompts and putting them into a different AI, a small, a commoditized like large language model, right? That's one of the thing. Let's say that's what it is. This is the framework of what they are thinking about. So by this is the existing framework, right? Now, if you want to create a product, then it's probably not going to be within the framework here because it has already been thought of, right? If you want to create a product, the best way to think about that is you need to be creative and innovative, right? However, it's difficult to do, and off-the-shelf solution can be helpful in that because all you have to do now is think outside this box, right? So this is now your new playground. So this is the playground where you can think about the different solutions. Playground, whatever. So that is helpful in order to know what not to do, how can you like make things that are already different, right? By just looking at what is existing. So that's one way to think about it, and that's how usually I think about those types of things when I want to be innovative and when I want to create new stuff, right? It's by looking at what already exists and thinking about how can you do everything except that. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you want to be part of my contacts, just click on the link in the description and you'll get free online courses. I regularly create videos for exclusive content for people that are part of my contacts. So that's it, and see you in the next one.